Welcome, Tiny Hands, Big Dreams, here on the homestead in southern Ecuador. We're going to do a completely positive video of all the things that surprised us about Ecuador. Half surprised, full surprised.
Pleasant surprises.
Pleasant surprises. This is literally, we're reminiscing on things, stuff that we didn't expect that make us happy about here.
Yeah.
We're going to share.
Yeah.
All right.
First thing is the sunrise. If you didn't know, the sunrise and the sunset are the same all year long. Now, there's like a few minutes different.
It's like 15 minutes total,
yeah.
like for the year. It's freakishly the same.
Pretty much always the same.
What time is it? 4:30.
Now,
you can just look.
Now, this was not a surprise. We knew this, but what surprised me was that I like it as much as I do. I thought I was going to miss the changes in daylight hours from like fall to, like winter to summer, like we have always had. You have your long summer days and your short winter daylight hours and all this. And I thought I would miss that. Turns out I don't miss it at all, and I really like this.
No. Also, I don't know if you've checked your account at the daytime daylight savings bank. Have you saved any? Do you have a Christmas fund built up? No, you don't. They don't do that here.
It would be a silly thing to do somewhere where it is never different.
There's also that. But it is a strange political thing, and the setting of the clocks and the associated stress of like...
We all don't want it.
Is it that day? Do we have to set a clock to these things? And it's mostly automatic now, except for your stove.
Some of our devices still do it. Try to tell them I don't want that anymore. But as far as being here and all the days are consistent. And I thought I might be bored by that. I thought I might dislike that. But I have found, especially, hi, if you don't know, we homestead. If you're new here, we homestead. So when it comes to animals, I'm watching other channels that are in other places, like say Canada. And right now, you either move everything forward, and if you have milking animals, that's weird because you need a certain amount of time between milkings. So you either milk them at like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock or something in the afternoon, which is sort of weird, or you milk it in the dark, which I don't want to do. I find it to be so easy and so convenient. The routine is always the same with animals. It's always the same time in the morning that I get up and milk them and get them out. It's always the same time in the evening to put them away.
Trust me, the dog knows what time it is to feed him, what time he gets to walk. Like within like minutes, he starts whining about.
If we're late on getting goats put away, they'll start yelling. They'll be like, guys, it's time," because they can tell. It's just, I find it to be incredibly convenient in our particular way of life here.
It doesn't change.
It just doesn't change.
And the days just roll to the next, to the next, to the next.
Okay. Freedoms. It is a large topic of a little less, I suppose, surprise.
Many of the things on our list are like actual little simple things that we just like about here. This is a big sort of esoteric, we're going to philosophize a bit. Freedoms. As they say, the pot that has the frog in it with the water that is slowly heating to boiling, the frog never realizes because it changes so slowly, as the saying goes. You've been losing freedoms. I don't really know where you are, although you can tell me in the comments. I like hearing from all the crazy places on the earth. I do. You are probably losing freedoms. I'm going to say that's probably true for 97% of our viewers based on like where that's come from. You're losing freedoms and you don't realize it. One after another, and it's a little thing, well, I just need a permit for that, or this and that, or oh, I need this special other thing for this, I need this permission, I have to go to a city council, I have to thing, I have to something, I have to fish, to everything you do. I got a ticket once for not having multiple permits. I had to have 3 permits to go fishing at a little like in-city lake, and I was missing one.
There's lots of places in the U.S. where you have to have a permit just to like go to a park and hike or something.
Yeah.
Like it's
or there's the one about stargazing. I think that's in England.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So the the permit culture that you have to have like the permission for everything, whether you're going to go, oh, I'm going to go like do this on my yard, but my neighbor might disagree, so I have to do
the HOAs. All of those little things.
HOAs.
Now, we knew, I mean, that was a huge driving force behind us moving to Ecuador. But I think it has been even more than we expected.
Every one of those things, whether you acknowledge it or not, is a tiny little stress that you have to maintain this level of all these certain permissions, saying something.
Especially if you are doing something like building a house, having animals, a homestead, anything like that. That's just even more than like maybe the average suburban household.
Sure. And you take all of those stresses away, and now it's all just on you. You can do whatever you want. And yes, everything is on you. You can do whatever you want, and you're responsible for everything. But do you know how much less overall stress you carry in your body? You will probably live longer. Stress is the #1 killer. It contributes to every major disease and is the great life shortener, as they say. You should stress less. You should sleep more. That's sort of an eye-opener. Can I segue?
It's a good segue.
Sleep. She always knows.
That's because I was going to do it.
I used to have problems sleeping. Much of it can be contributed to it turns out, as a human, is sensitive to Wi-Fi.
Which I think everyone is, and you just happen to be more so and more aware of it.
Yeah, and we used to run tests blind, like full blind testing, back to back to thing to something with like all the conditions and the controls. And it got to the point if somebody turned on the Wi-Fi, which was only like 10 feet from my head, the way that the house was situated, in 15 minutes I would wake up. And I wouldn't know why. And it was hard to go back to sleep, and I would just keep bouncing awake and awake and awake and awake. And then I moved to a house that had a smart meter, which is basically it uses the wires in the house to send a signal about the usage for power just so they can read it easier. But the wires in the house made a perfect, like, oh my gosh, it was a focal point. My bed was one wire went this way, one went this way, one went that way, and it was all around my bed like a cage. And my bed was right in the center. I didn't see the wires in the ceilings and the walls and the floors and the things. And I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue. I had the greatest medical care in the country. I went through 2 years of visits, every test imaginable, absolutely nothing wrong with me, until that damn little thing broke. And I've told this story before, but yeah, a little guy came to fix it, and I'm like, wait a minute, when did it break? And he clocks it back in a couple of weeks and things. I'm like, it's only in the last couple of weeks that I have actually started to have energy and I'm feeling better. And he's like, I've heard this story before. I'm just going to say I can't get to the meter, because he was going to change it for a new one because its transmitter broke. The thing that's killing me? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. So I'm super sensitive. Guess what? You are being absolutely inundated with a soup of electronic frequencies that you can't even imagine.
Well, that you also can't control. Because there's this whole wave, which I totally agree with, of reducing all of that within your own house. And that's great. That's not good enough when you are anywhere near anyone else in the world.
The frequency spectrum is wide and it's crowded. There's every different thing. There's all these frequencies for all these specialty things. You can go to your phone, click Wi-Fi access points, and you can look at very specifically 2.4 or 5G signals that your phone will pick up. And you can just look at all the access points, and it shows you the signal strength on all of them.
Now,
10, 20, 30, all of those signals are screaming all the time through the ether that you can't hear.
Now that is specifically the Wi-Fi related to sleep.
That is just...
But there are also so many other things that factor into sleep, depending on who you are and what your situation is. For me, not having power lines anywhere nearby has dramatically changed my ability to sleep.
Yeah. And that comes from a freak medical malpractice, really shitty doctor in Washington State.
I have nerve damage that makes me especially
aware of
power lines.
Power lines, especially the higher voltage ones, it causes all sorts of terrible effects.
That's sort of a...
So we moved out to the middle. Now this works for anywhere rural, but out here is even better because the States itself is blanketed with signals from all sorts of things. But rural in general is better. I go to fall asleep. I'm trying to research something. Like I have a little tablet, and I do not snore.
No, never.
No. But I'm out in 5 minutes. I take a shower and go to bed. She goes to take a shower, and I'm asleep before she finishes her 3-minute shower.
It is rare that I am awake, like in bed for more than 5 or 10 minutes, maybe. Like rare. Like,
even when I try to like stay up and read stuff.
No, just gone.
Sleep.
Which is something I have never experienced before
and this
as
has
far
been
back as I can remember.
Reliably now for years that we've been here.
Now, interestingly, when we first moved here, we had no internet. So we sort of chalked it up to that. Well, we now have internet,
we do.
Obviously. We have Wi-Fi. It is on all night. We tried turning it off at night for a while, but that was kind of a pain. So it's on, and yet we don't seem to be affected by it.
It's just one access point. And it doesn't seem to trigger my weird central nervous system like awake thing.
Go to sleep.
All of us.
We just fall asleep.
We sleep.
And it is kind of amazing.
That's the way humans are supposed to be.
Right? You just go to sleep.
All right.
All right. Let's see. Where are we? Let's talk about food.
What kind of food?
All of it. We moved from the United States to Ecuador. My assumption was all the magical tropical fruit. That's great. To be fair, I don't eat most of the tropical fruit. So I'm like, that's cool, tropical fruit. And beyond that, I don't remember having any specific concept of other food items that would be here. Like I just didn't. I was like, there'll be food and we'll eat it and it'll be fine. We have discovered so many incredibly delicious things that now I can't imagine not having. Yeah. Like they're just part of life.
And they're just available.
So I'm just going to run through them. Yeah. We started with coconuts.
And it's not the ones you get in the grocery store that are like brown and old.
Well, no, those are like much older coconuts. These are pipas.
Pipas are young coconuts.
Coconut water.
You can sort of get coconut water in cans. They add sugar. Well, they cook it. They stabilize it.
I think that we have to preface this with the fact that we bonded over beverages, which is super strange. We both had an affinity for just like buying random beverages in discount outlet stores. Well, we did for years. And a lot of that was coconut water. Said coconut water did have additives.
Or flavored sparkling waters.
All kinds of things. But it had additive things. And also it was insanely expensive.
Yeah, so we'd find them at like discount stores for like half price or less, and we'd like buy a little stash.
But to come here and realize that you can get the real thing.
Yeah.
And at least, when we lived in Loja, we could get deliveries full truckloads of coconuts.
Yeah.
I have some pictures I'll put in with that. That was fun. We got a little out of control there.
Yeah. For a while.
And it's delicious.
If you've never had a chilled, fresh, young coconut, straight from the coconut. And there's no real meat in them. Sometimes there's a little bit of gel on the inside, which...
The older the coconut, the more the meat.
The more you get the white, like, coconut
flesh.
But it's
also sweeter.
Yeah. If you get them too young, it's astringent.
it's a little bit rough. All right. So other things. Mango trucks.
Oh, I did a short the other day. If you haven't seen my shorts, check out my shorts. That sounds really...
That sounds really weird.
Did one on the mango truck. And they just do. And you're allowed to do that in Ecuador. You're just allowed to drive around blaring a loudspeaker. Blah, 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 blah. Mango, something, mango, sing. Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
We don't understand most of the loudspeakers.
I understand mangoes. I like mangoes. So I go and I flag the person down. And the guy sits there and looks bored. And his wife's in the back. Girlfriend, whatever. And you just walk up to the back of the truck. It's open. And she points like all the crates. And she's like, all the prices for things. I'm like, yeah, okay. So I bought $2 worth of mangoes that were 6 for $1.
Eli says they're
those are the good
some
mangoes.
of the best.
Oh, I need to eat one today.
Yeah, you all do. You too.
Yeah, they're at the they're ripe. Eat them now kind of stage.
Other food that we have discovered, we've talked about it before, but the chayote is just
available year round.
Well, and that's true of a lot of things. Mostly, there are a little bit of seasonality changes here, but chayote has become just a staple for us. It's all I always have some.
It's become like an absolute mainstay in so many dishes, and I love it. It's not like
so good.
It's not like we just sort of add it to like bulk things up.
No, it's so good.
Asian food is drastically improved with chayote.
Any stir fry, the fried rice.
Your corn's going nuts down there.
Oh, my corn's on fire. It'll be okay for a minute.
All right.
Yeah. Chayote.
Chayote.
Which I looked at in markets at one point and went, I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's a big weird green thing.
I'm kind of nervous.
Yeah.
Panela.
I keep saying one day I'm going to start an export business just to export the panela from just a couple of local, within miles, small producers of panela, which is just cooked down sugarcane.
Which I suppose we should also talk about the sugarcane juice, because that was an unexpected delight. This was something that we discovered before we actually moved here on our first trip.
Now I've had versions of panela from around the world. It's okay. It's a brown sugar version thing.
There's jaggery. There's I forgot the other names.
Sure, and they're okay. They're slightly more interesting. You know, they are what they are. The panela here is like a Werther's butter toffee.
But the panela here in our region specifically.
When I say our region, I mean
like real close.
Really close. There's something about like with 10 miles. Like there's a. It is fantastic. It's savory. It's complex. It has body. It would make a candy just on its own with no other ingredients.
And the sugarcane juice, I thought was going to be sweet water.
Yeah.
That's just anything. It's sugarcane juice, like it's sweet water. It turns out, if you get the right kind of sugarcane, and it is freshly pressed, which we've learned makes a big difference, is fantastic.
When I say freshly pressed, the guy does it in front of you.
Like fresh.
Not like, here's a jug that I did like half an hour ago.
No.
Please make some fresh for me.
It's so good. It's a completely different drink than anything else you could possibly have. I don't think anything could ever replicate it. It's so good. There's many other foods, but I have to touch on the camote, because I think it is interesting.
Camote?
Well, camote here is all things that are sweet potato. Now, sweet potatoes come in a variety of colors, textures, flavors, likes, dislikes.
Yeah.
You have your normal from a U.S. standpoint, orange, yellow.
Yeah.
We grew Beauregard, like a
sure.
sweet potato. And then there's multiple other textures and flavors that I don't really like a lot. And then there is the purple. Now, it's not a purple sweet potato as far as anything I've ever known before. It is not a variety that I've ever seen anywhere, U.S. otherwise, in any documentation I have ever
purple
seen of such
skin,
things.
white flesh.
It's not white. It is rings. It's like, see if I can find a picture of it, like cut open, or I'll cut one open. They're boiling right now. I can't cut one open. They're like rings of white and purple, sort of like, it almost looks like tie-dyed white and purple inside. But what makes them interesting and special is you could roast them like all other sweet potato and eat them, and they're tasty. But they have a completely different texture. They don't have, if you ever made like mashed sweet potatoes, and they're sort of watery, sort of, I don't know, that they're not starchy. They're not terribly starchy. These are very, very, very starchy and sticky. So if I boil them like they are right down there in the kitchen, boiling right now, I make pancakes out of them, which sound sort of disgusting unless you understand how good the camote really is.
They make really good pancakes.
Like true, proper pancakes that are fluffy.
Like big, fluffy, kind of like squishy, dense.
They're so good, but it's such a strange discovery that I don't think people here understand how different those are.
No.
From all the other sweet potatoes. They'll call them all camote.
Yeah, I don't even know that anyone else here actually even does that with them.
Oh no, I'm sure they don't, but because I come up with weird, crazy things. But I don't think they realize the difference because it's just always been here. You know, if you grow up somewhere where there are just these ingredients and they're always just there, and that's just life, you might not see how interesting it is. So, what next?
Yeah.
All right. Our Spanish sucks.
Yeah.
You try.
I usually start out speaking Spanish with an apology that I don't speak Spanish well. That's usually how it starts. And they usually laugh and they're like, no, tranquilo, it's okay. Like, and then I try and I muddle through it.
Now, obviously, learning Spanish is important. I would recommend everyone learn as much Spanish as possible. There are many reasons why that might be difficult. Interaction with other people, or simply just how your brain works. Some people have a harder time learning languages.
Me and languages. Yeah, I can tell you about every single inner working of your car, its engine, its things, its something, without even like breaking a sweat. Trying to
conjugate a verb.
Oh,
he has the vocabulary. I don't. From being more out working and things, you can't conjugate anything. It's a struggle. But what surprised me, I was very, very nervous about not being able to speak Spanish well and how we would be treated because of that.
Yeah.
And honestly, I am so pleasantly surprised by people's sort of just acceptance and patience with us fumbling around like idiots.
In general, yeah. I mean, there's always a few people that just hates foreigners in general,
well,
and we had those in the U.S.
There are just
that we knew
people
that
everywhere.
hated foreigners of other places,
or just are unpleasant
for no
people.
reason.
It's fine. But in general, I think everyone has been wildly patient with us.
Oh yeah. Especially when I break out my phone and I try to like translate back and forth, and it sort of gets it half right. Hey Google, you suck at Castilian Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they speak around here.
So I was just surprised because it was something that I know we were both nervous about. And honestly, everyone's been really...
Also, there's a freakish amount of people that have a basic understanding of English. They teach it in school.
Yeah. So I was just surprised by that, and please, makes life easier. The cost of medical care here is...
It's in the news in the U.S.
Wonderful.
Watching people talk about like the luxury of paying $1,000 a month for medical coverage that they still have a huge yearly copay on, and in-person copays per visits, and something, and this and that, whether you and limitations, and holy cow. So
here is actually there's the medical tourism where people actually come here for their medical care because it is good and cheap. And that's the thing, it's not just cheap. It is good.
The country technically has free medical for everyone in the country. Yes. It is more basic maybe than you would be used to. Then again, it is also free. Oh, there's a goat.
There's a free goat. You need help?
He's got it.
Okay.
Thanks, Noodle. So there's that. It exists. There's also a paid medical. You can go anywhere, and you could go for the free service. The wait might be longer. They may be out of like.
You're only going to be able to go to certain places to do that.
Yeah, the travel might be more. You can go to any. There's doctors, clinics, things everywhere. Testing, like, oh, you need X-rays for this or for that or for something.
Well, I got an X-ray and it was really cheap, $20.
$20. Full jaw set things, looking for cavities, all the angles things, something with the actual like physical X-rays.
$20.
$20.
What?
Bring it to the dentist who didn't have like their own X-ray machine, and they look at it and they're like, oh yeah, here. and then they do the work and pulled a tooth and did a filling, and we're out of there for $30.
Yep.
Huh. What's the cost of that in the U.S.?
Oh, it's so
It's unaffordable. The copay is more than that.
Yeah.
So here, medical people are it's just a job. It's a job like a mechanic is a job, like a hotel desk worker is a job. It's a job. You do the job. You make a decent amount of money, but you're not like fantastically wealthy, paying these massive insurance premiums. You don't have the, oh my God, the absolute, I didn't even put this on the list, the absolute lack of like the I'm going to sue you economy.
Yeah.
With the huge like lawyer, how much money is spent just dealing with that side of things, which really isn't here.
Not so much, no.
Not so much.
So not only is the cost of medical much cheaper, there's also not the hoops to jump through. Because, so I worked briefly dealing with medical insurance, and even with really great insurance, fantastic insurance, trying to actually get anything covered is painful, at least in the US. It is awful and painful and stressful. And here, there just isn't that. And there's no, like, you have to go here first, and then you have to go here, and then you have to do this. Just to get, if you want an x-ray, you can get an x-ray.
If you go to the hospital for, like, the free, and you start with, like, the general, like, medical person. And they're like, okay, so you need an x-ray for, like, your arm or something. Okay. Then they send you to radiology. That's, like, the only... And then you go sit in radiology for an hour and you wait for your appointment and you get it. And like you're
not weeks or months out on things.
Today. Sometimes this week, sometimes next week.
That being said, I do have to say there are issues with, because someone's going to say this, so I'll just get ahead of it. There are issues in hospitals in the country right now. Lack of funds, lack of infrastructure. It is a big problem. I'm not negating that. I'm just
what looks like a transient problem that there is already solutions in process.
I'm sure it will not continue, but someone's going to comment that.
Sure.
So.
But the paid side of it is like, it is cheaper to from the U.S. Pretty much anything that's wrong with you, it's cheaper to fly here, stay in a lovely hotel, eat fancy meals, have your operation thing, something done, take a week to recover, fly back, spend a quarter, half the money you would have spent on just your like co-pays.
Yep.
For equivalent care. You can get equivalent care.
Oh yeah. And as a sort of a side to that is what you can get over the counter here.
Yeah.
Is awesome. When we moved from the US, that was when things started to sort of get, okay, we'll have to be careful what we say because YouTube, it got weird.
Certain things you're not allowed to talk about, certain drugs that
you couldn't. Well, there were things even in just like livestock care. You could no longer get, we're just going to call them anti-parasite medication. You couldn't get that over the counter. You couldn't go buy that at like a livestock feed store like we used to. Everything was just like
super tight controlled things. You had to have permissions and doctors. You had to go see a vet to get a
or like the prescriptions are like so difficult here.
Prescriptions.
Here, I think we've realized.
You know what a prescription is?
Really need a prescription.
It's so you didn't have to write it down on the piece of paper to hand it to the person at the pharmacy.
Because we've kind of realized that you don't actually need the prescription. You can simply ask for the thing.
So I walk up and I ask for the anti-parasite pill that I won't mention because YouTube.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, do you want one? And they'll open the box and they'll cut one off. They'll just cut the little foil. And things are totally sold here individually, as well as like the box. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. You want one ibuprofen? It's like 10 cents. And you're like,
okay.
Well, how about just the box? Okay, here's the box. How much is the box? The box is $1.
And then there's things like antibiotics, if you need such a thing, which I did at one point. And we realized that you don't actually need the prescription.
No.
We got a prescription, because that's our brains, you have to have the prescription.
Yeah.
Turns out you don't really need it. You can just simply go ask for it. I'm sure there are certain things that are more controlled. We've never wanted them. But for the most part, you can just go to a pharmacy, which there's a pharmacy on every street. 4 pharmacies on every street. It's a lot.
There's a lot of pharmacies.
And you just go and you can ask for the thing, and if that one doesn't have it, you can go down the street and get the other one.
And if they don't have it, they can get it in within a few days, or there's like the bigger city.
And the same exact thing goes for animal care, like veterinary care.
Oh, geez.
There are vets who will help you.
A lot of times the vet is the person running the veterinary, they call them it's like a feed store, but they sell all of the animal care medicines, and they'll sell you a bag of corn and some fertilizer and a weed whacker and
syringes. And I remember you went into I can't remember why, but you went to get a scalpel, and I was like, can you just buy a scalpel? Turns out you can.
Syringes and things, and you want some of this and some of that and some of this. It's like, yes, we stocked our little med kit for the goats.
In fact,
we have like a big tackle box.
He gave us
the tackle box.
He gave us the little, because I was saying I really wanted one, and we had been friends with him, and he'd helped us out with the animals a lot.
He literally took his stuff out of it and handed it to us. And said he was going to get a new one, and we were like, oh.
It was pretty cool.
So that started our little med kit.
Yeah. So it's just all these things are so much more accessible. I think that just comes back to the freedoms.
Because if there's this gatekeeper of you have to see the doctor to get this thing that it's a total formality, but you have to wait days, weeks, whatever. There's a little doctor's like, yeah, I'm sorry. Here's your prescription, and then you got to go get it from.
Right.
Look, we're intelligent people. We do our research. We ask professionals when needed. We take care of our own stuff, and we have a solid track record of
And then we'll go to a doctor or a vet when we need one, which we have, and they're available.
Yeah.
So it's kind of perfect.
We had an emergency with a goat.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a car, but he went to veterinary school for years and things, and he's like, oh, we'll just go now. I have time. Okay. So he jumps in the car with us. We bring him home. He looks at the goat. He's like, oh, I can treat this, and that. He had the stuff that he had put in his pocket because he had an idea of what it might be. Does minor surgery on the goat, takes care of it, and he's like, okay, and that's it. Then we're gonna do the aftercare, and I take him back. I'm like, how much? He goes, $20.
Okay.
$20.
Works for me.
Saved a goat.
Yep. All right, we are gonna end on a super fun note.
Oh.
Fun time. All right.
When you say fun time,
we talk about animals. We moved to the Amazon. Edge of the Amazon.
Edge of the Amazon.
I like saying Amazon.
I know.
The Orient. We are in the jungle. I'm looking at jungle past the camera. It's jungle. Of course, there are going to be all kinds of creatures, wildlife, things. I still had no real concept of the things we were going to see. I was going to say outside our house, but sometimes inside our house.
Right around our house.
All sorts of things. Things we didn't know existed. Things I just had no concept of. Now, this is not coming from someone who is unaware of nature. I grew up watching nature documentaries. I have a 12-year-old who has grown up watching nature documentaries and telling me about things. I know a lot about nature, but there's so much here I had no clue existed.
Yeah, it's
wild.
I just watched a minute ago a crested orpandola, and I know that now. Fly by. Otherwise known as the yellowtail bird.
We do have our own names for the things we can't identify too.
Yeah, basically most of the insects and the birds, we just give our own names. We can do that. They make the coolest noises of any bird I've ever heard in the entire world. They're absolutely fantastical. They don't sound like birds even.
No.
They sound like some sort of special effects,
they're so cool.
From
and they build
old
these
space
big,
movies.
Hanging basket nest things.
But there's so many. Well, we have
aracari, which are a toucan, the smallest toucan.
It's like a one can.
Toucans. And we have the cock of the rock, which is possibly the weirdest looking bird around.
Yeah.
It's weird.
There's the one that is a ruminant.
Oh yeah, which one is that? Well, that's the one I don't know how to say the name of.
It's like the only bird in the world that is a ruminant that actually eats vegetable matter and digests it like a goat or a cow.
How freaking weird is that?
We have just
birds upon birds upon birds.
But then we get into the furry things. You ever seen a tyra?
I know a tyra existed, or a paca, or an agouti. Big rodents.
Giant armadillo.
Whatever the heck a tyra is.
I think the actual legit giant armadillo, not just a big one.
No, an actual giant armadillo.
Yeah.
Regular armadillos too. We have monkeys in our trees. Capuchins.
Yeah. Once they saw us, they left.
I've
So
never heard them again.
they may think that we're really ugly.
But yeah, they're just monkeys right there past our driveway.
Yeah.
But even just down to like the moths. I grew up thinking moths were like white and
moths were the little white things that
Aww.
flew around. You keep them out of your closet things. Okay.
Whatever.
And they're just like moths, and they hang around your lights. Moths here.
They're so cool.
Okay. If you think of moths, let's go to a car analogy. Let's take like a 1985 Ford Escort. You know, something like that. That's like your typical moth. If you see a parking lot full of them, okay, that's what you're used to. Moths here is like looking out and seeing the Batmobile and a Lamborghini and the Wienermobile from Oscar Mayer and the something and a giant dump truck, and you're like,
that was a weird metaphor.
And they're crazy. They have shapes that don't even make sense. They have noses that
just little fuzzy butt things they shake around. And we've never ran out in 3 years of living here. We've never ran out of like, oh, that's a new one.
Crazy,
you would think that
beautiful
we would
color schemes of every color, you know, metallic or not, like lace and things and transparency and something. And you're like, oh my gosh! Like so many times we just stop and we're like, check out this moth.
It's so cool.
It's amazing.
And it's just one of those little things that it brings a bit of joy and fun. And between like, I mean, not all the bugs are fun, but some of them are.
Yeah.
All those and the butterflies, the birds, and the random things. We have a random cat. We don't know what that is.
We're still trying to identify the random cat.
I'm gonna put up like the clip here, a couple clips that we got off of our camera of like, what the heck is this cat? We've got a big cat.
Yeah.
We have big cats here, but this is like a medium wild cat.
Yeah.
Thing.
It's not a house cat.
Nope.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing we don't have is like wild dogs or bears. It's about the only thing we don't have.
Yeah.
We have giant otters, river otters.
We saw a giant otter one day.
Like, who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew? Yeah.
All right. So there it is. All bunch of crazy, weird tidbits of things that we love. That we were sort of surprised about Ecuador.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go eat a mango. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you for the next one.